What's that about tater tots? All right, someone tell me what the audio is like. Is it super quiet, super loud, or fine? This is important. Evening, everybody. Ford shirt. It's good. Glenn Yoromi says it's good. That's great news. It's perfect. Nice. I turned off all the cruise control audio settings. We've strongly upgraded this this situation. You can hear the roosters really well, though. That could be a problem. Crystal clear. Copy. Over. Hi, Avon. How's it going? The rooster just really adds something, you know? I got a song, ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends. I got a song, ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it to my friends. Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Fly. I gotta dance, ain't got no steps. Gonna let the music move me around. I gotta dance, ain't got no steps. Gonna let the music move me around. Will I go round in circles? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Will it go? Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky? Will it go round in circles? Some guy mentioned that song in a comment like 40 minutes ago, so I decided to learn it. How'd I do? Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is Dead Garage Live, the highly technically difficult edition. I don't know, something like that. My computer died. My computer runs everything, so that's kind of a problem. So I built a podcasting studio with like a real camera and a real microphone, and there's a compressor and a mixing board, and the guitar is actually plugged in. Yeah, it's this whole thing. So Josh, I'm here. Am I late? I'm here. I've been here the whole time. Anyway. Yeah, so anyway, there's a gate that kills the noise when I'm not talking. If that becomes annoying, let me know, because I can turn it off. And I think it might. But for playing music, it's really, really good. Anyway, yeah, so for the moment, I'm editing all the videos on my phone again, which I did not miss. And yeah, I had to start over on a couple different videos, so that's great. Luckily, all the footage is still in my phone. I haven't deleted a single video since I got this phone. Until last night, I deleted 2,500 clips. Oh, my sister's here, but she's very ill, so don't expect much from her. Ooh, Mr. Fancy Studio Boy. Yeah, I've always been a fancy studio boy. It was kind of ironic that, like, I'm surrounded by fancy recording equipment and I never use it for anything. Anyway. I guess I'll scroll back to the beginning of the comments or something. Donnie's here, checking in. What is for dinner? Robert Fitch, how you doing? Rich Jordan, full garage. I had a pretty great weekend. It didn't do very much. I did work on the truck and the Demon a little bit. I'm going to be really jamming on those this week to try and get them ready to roll. Oh, see, now I can burp away from the microphone and you'll never hear it. That's nice. Rocket Tom's having pulled pork tacos for dinner. Did you know he drove to Montana yesterday? Tater tot casserole. Oh, Andy, how you doing? Mushroom cheeseburgers? You can hold the mushrooms. We could just abbreviate Donnie's name to Big. I like that. What's up, Big? Avon. Mostly Mopar. Bill Johnson. Donnie asked again if pineapple belongs on pizza, and the answer is absolutely not. Berkshire pork hot dogs. Yeah. Board shirt. Don't ask. Nice. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, Vic. They're just like quick on the draw or something. How's it going, Mark? Look, a tiny Super Bee clone. I have it on good authority. He has now deleted the Super Bee stripe as well. Dan Tupper. 710 Cap says it sounds amazing. I hope it still sounds pretty good. Tom will drive a lot farther than Montana for a Charger and a good estate sale. Yeah. Vic's eating stone soup for dinner. Nice. Nice. Oh, my mom's here. Hi, Mom. Avon's dinner is half a burrito and a broccoli salad. The crow ate the other half of the burrito. Huh! I've been trying to, like, eat less, and I've actually been eating, like, fruit and stuff, which is weird. But, I don't know. I feel better, I guess. Empire Rust, what is up? I have it on good authority that he's on, like, vacation or something. He sent me a picture of the Gulf of Mexico earlier. Jealous. I'll just put that on the board. Ooh, let's see what the turtle song sounds like in 3D. See if I can remember it. I haven't played it since last week, and I never really want to play it again. Well, if the earth was a turtle, and I was also a turtle, well, you know it's only turtles all the way down. No grass, no shrubs, no... That's backwards. No rocks, no shrubs, no grass, no policeman on my ass. How I wish it was only turtles all the way down. All the way down. Yeah, it's about the same. Paul Steinberg, how you doing? Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, because it does stuff. You hear the glorious echo of my ridiculously high ceiling. That's cool, I guess. McLovin Garage, what is up? I have it on good authority. He just sold the parts Valiant. He robbed a bunch of good stuff off of for the Llama Barn Valiant. Finishing off the White Peach. Oh, the slurping sounds are going to be so glorious. Jeff Militich, how you doing? Hopefully Josh Jesh has noticed I'm actually here now. All kinds of people just hollering at each other. C-Story, how you doing? Greetings, Earthlings. Dave L.A., how you doing? Oh, cool. Dave L.A. says, hello from Minnesota. I bought my first ever YouTuber merchandise. DDG. Nice quality stuff. Thanks, Jamie. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. And yeah, it is good quality stuff. I wouldn't sell it if it wasn't. I kind of insisted on that. Yeah. Jeff Militich says, I liked the rewiring video. To the person who doesn't like your rambling, scroll, troll, scroll. Yeah, it's fine. You know, as you know, I read every comment, and someone said in the comments of that video, or I think it was that one, or maybe it was the demon one. I guess it was the demon one. Well, you just shouldn't read them. Yeah, but then I missed the good ones and all the technical questions and stuff. So I'm going to keep reading them for now. But yeah, if they don't want to listen to me babble for an hour, if you don't want to listen to me babble for an hour, first off, you wouldn't be here. And second off, just don't watch my videos. It's fine. There are tons of channels out there with build montages and heavy metal music and that kind of crap. So just go find any one of those. Nice. Gunyaromi says, "Hi, Jamie. Good to see you. Just had to say, I went to the first car show of the year around here yesterday and got a first place trophy for best 70s car. Feeling pretty good about that. Very nice. Well done." Herb Harrington, how you doing? Dutch Guy's Garage put pants on for this. You know we can't see you, right? Hello, Uncle Grandpa, and everyone else. How you doing, Hans Sossel? What is good in the hood? Crashes Roadrunner Garage here as well. Jeff Militich is having Stouffer's lasagna. That might be what it is here. Not bad, not bad. Even I'm gonna have to disagree there. I'm not a pineapple dude at all. Never have been, never will be. I am still scarred from the time I ate upside down cake at my grandma's house and found out what was in it. A little too late. Excuse me. Tony Sampaio is here and says, "Greetings from the other side of the Atlantic. Brazil present here too. News from Dartsport 408. I haven't really made any progress on it. I'm still working on breaking down the front suspension, cleaning and detailing stuff. I unfortunately got into this whole match race thing, so yeah, I'm a little busy, unfortunately. But don't worry, it's coming. It'll probably be a few weeks till we see another update on that. So if I start muttering, you can't hear me. There's a bit of a learning curve here. Empire Rust is sitting on the balcony, enjoying the view and alive. Here's the view. Nice. Focus. What's wrong with you? Nice equipment. Nice. Uh-huh. Brian L. says, "You're not wrenching content wanted." And do you want to see me scream and swear a lot? Because I can do that, but we'll have to change the rating on my videos. Old Stuff Rules, how's it going? Gene Z is here. Plano, Texas here. Mopar or something, yeah. Mopar or, I don't know, Toyota and Subaru are fine. A corn dog a day keeps one young. I'm worried it might be the reverse. Hans Sossel is too Italian to put pineapple on pizza, and I'm not, but I'm still with you there. Vic's wife could hear me. Why am I wearing the shame shirt? I don't know. Seemed like a good idea. I was just looking for a comfortable shirt, you know, and this one's all right. Yeah. Donnie has worked with me on a car, so he knows what it's like when I'm actually like wrenching. I slice my stupid hand open and then, yeah, the obscenities flow. Oh, Vic emailed me at 10:15 a.m. and it only just popped up. Weird. Lovejoy is here. For some reason, I'm not driving this week. Well, I think I know the reason, and the reason is I saw pictures of your truck totaled on the internet, so that sucks. Bill Johnson says the sound is definitely better. It should be. I'm actually speaking into a real fancy condenser microphone. Not unlike this one, although this one's slightly broken. I missed my calling as a children's TV show host. Yeah. Nice. Michael Nault is here and says, really enjoyed the ramp truck, the 6-volt to 12-volt conversion, and sure look forward to Colin's big Fury adventures. Me too. It's going to be awesome. The most crisp slurps. Yeah, I rolled off the lows. Let's see. Hold on. Hang on. Let's see if we can get some thickness back in the slurps. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. There's a hum from my computer tower. Listen. It's not all roses and puppy dog kisses. Anyway. Nice. Fortunately, Bill Johnson had bought that satellite we were talking about a couple weeks ago, so he was not tempted by the Llama Barn donator Valiant. Man, yeah, for the price, Shocking he sold it in a day, huh? That was looking good. That was looking good. Yeah, McLovin Garage. I now have an actual driver window. You know, the car used to have an actual driver window until my brother smashed it. That will be amazing, yes. Very, very good. Wild Kratts have a flying turtle. You like the keyboard noises? Flying fish? Flying lizard? Flying turtle. Ha! Huh! No, not a reference to that. But that's awesome. My daughter watched a bit of that when she was smaller. Max Supercars is here and says, greetings from Europe at 3 a.m. local time. Well, that's dedication. Thanks for being here. Ah, crap. No, I haven't learned dead skunk in the middle of the road. I gotta remember to do that because I want to get paid. All right, now I'll remember probably. John Mullins says, I'd hang around, but there's some guy with a video about driving a 64 Plymouth across the country. Well, it's about getting the car ready. He's been back for almost a month, and he still doesn't have any of the video ready. You make wiring fun. Nice. Rocket Tom picked up 21 subs today just from the Stone Soup video. Maybe it's because I was in it. What? Cade Black is here and says, just got a 1968 Charger RT from Gramps. Excited to learn more. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. And I probably got what you need on the channel. And if you ever have any questions, drop them in the comments or shoot me an email. And have fun. 38 POS Racing wants to know, good evening there, Jamie. Quick question. What do you think about turboing the Stone Soup slant? Think it's solid enough? I think we need to figure out the dead hole first, and I think it's a valve issue. I actually think it may be a broken valve spring or a similar top-end issue, because it seems like it's popping out around an intake valve. So if we could get that figured out, it doesn't smoke, like, at all. It could be an ignition issue as well. Excuse me. So yeah, I think the engine mechanically, bottom end wise, ring seal wise, is probably okay, but we need to figure out the miss. Grandpa, I'm tired of tuning 12-string guitars. Well, that's too damn bad. I tuned it this morning. Only 2 strings were off. It was amazing. Josh says only 42 people have pounded the like button, but remember, it doesn't show them. It doesn't update on your screen. You gotta like refresh and stuff. Anyway, that's fine. Thank you for your service. Pineapple on pizza should be illegal. Yep. Dave LA wants to know if Tom sells t-shirts and stuff. He doesn't, but he should. He needs to get a store set up. He really needs stickers, because I need to put rocket stickers on stuff. Mm-hmm. My sister, you're going to have to put me in timeout. Good luck with that. Huh. Bill Johnson cooks. He wants his pizza cooked with the pineapple, but then pick it all off. I don't even want the taste. That's like when they forget to take the pickles off my burger. The crunch of the pickles is the worst, but the flavor is just as bad. Kelly Smith is here. Yay, I made it. Missed the last couple. Love the Ford shirt. You know, I actually have a Ford right next to me at all times. Yep. It's a Ford, but in its defense, it's kind of cool. Oh, there it focused. It just took a minute. Good stuff. Anyway. Oh, Donnie says, I really appreciate that 6 to 12 volt conversion video. It will apply to my MGTD, mainly the positive ground conversion. Yeah, the English were super into the positive earth thing. So yeah, I mean, just strip it all out, start over and wire it the right way. You'll be good. Reinhardt Kornbreck would like to see the race. Where in Tennessee? We are not going to announce that. Don't want to be mobbed at the track. Really need to focus. I need to be on my game. So yeah, we're not going to do that. It's going to be private. there will be a video, and I apologize to the people that did want to go. We were thinking about announcing that, but I'm not going to. And I don't even know where it is, so I couldn't tell you if I wanted to. I know it's in Tennessee somewhere. We'll find out. Anyway. It's tasty stuff. Please don't forget to say hi to the like button. Mopar Pollock wants to know, did you look at buying a draggy to eliminate the need to go to the track? No. I'm just going to be full of those tonight, I guess. No, because the thing is, like, I can learn as much useful stuff as I'm going to learn on the street without it. I need to be on the track for the traction situation to be representative. That car, I have found, performs pretty well on the street, and all the problems I've ever had are on the track. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. I need to get to the track to practice. Bacon wrap, pepper jack, cheese, shrimp on the grill. I'm done. Hey guys, how's it going, Cave Dave? That sounds interesting, although I can't say I'm a shrimp guy. Wow, Bill Johnson spent a day sorting through a ton of boxes of parts for that satellite. My full-size cargo van was full. That's incredible. And a nightmare. Hopefully you've got a big garage. Hans Hossel's in Germany. Right. Uncowan man from Europe. Right now it's 3:18 in the morning. Nice. That was 5 minutes ago, but that's fine. I know what's wrong with it. I don't know that song. Guy Kugler, how you doing? It's going okay over here, except that my MacBook died, which really kind of caused some problems. But we're dealing with it anyway. Guy Kugler wants to know, what are the 4 cool pictures on your wall? Yeah, I think with this camera you can see things better. That is a spray paint. That is spray paint art my friend Topher did. It's kind of awesome. I've seen him do it. It's really impressive stuff. But it's I guess abstract would be the word. But you know, it's planets, outer space and stuff. You've heard of space. Anyway. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, you can also see my shelf slightly better. You can see everything slightly better. There's my Rick. Look at that. Beautiful. Anyway. Peas and mayo pizza ain't as bad as it sounds. I'm going to take your word on that. Bill Johnson's 100% on board with the pickle thing. Nope, don't like that. Nice. Oh, cool. Classic Dude Mike still working on getting that 66 Signet 2-door. It's in stupid good looking shape, trying to sell some stuff to afford it. Nice. I'm still trying to sell some stuff to help fund my trip. I have a YouTube check coming in 2 days that should cover the fuel bill fine, but if anything else goes wrong. Yeah, so I am accepting donations. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, no, and I totally agree on tomatoes too. I mean, I don't mind tomato in some contexts, but I don't want it on a burger. I want bacon. I want pepper jack cheese, or there's some other acceptable cheeses. I want a fancy bun. I want some spicy sauce, and that's it. Whoops. David Biznett enjoyed the videos this week, like the Fury gone around the video. Well, yeah, it hasn't gone around the world just yet, but we're getting there. We should be seeing that within a couple weeks. I'm really hoping he can get at least part of that done. Weird. Sorry, I read ahead. I'm hoping he can get at least part of the road trip done so we can see that while I'm out of town, because I'm going to be gone for 2 weekends. And I do have videos, but they're not all ready to go yet. Dang, I missed it. I don't know where. I saw a comment. I think it was from McLovin, and it was, "Where's the wagon?" The video that's one of the ones that was on my computer and like edited, but I didn't have an ending yet, and now I have to start over. I still have the footage, but I get to edit it all over again, and that'll be super fun. I still need to wrap the video up, and I will do that this week. I kind of have to. So, yeah, that's one of the videos for when I'm gone. So, anyway, Indiana Slim wants to know, Stratocaster or Telecaster? God, I like both as far as how they play. I was always a Strat guy. I do enjoy a good Telecaster, especially a Tele Custom. I'm a lot more into the Gibson style guitars, have been since about 2010. But before that, I was a pretty hardcore Strat guy. Had several. Like how they play, like how they feel. So, yeah. Strat, I guess. Josh Jesh says, I'm not showing up on his phone. I'm pretty sure that's a Josh problem. Don't know what the deal is. No idea. I'm definitely here, and I think everyone else can see and hear me, so. Yeah. Yeah, Les Paul. That pretty much what I was trying to say. Reinhard Kornbreck says, cool, man. Give Uncle Tony the race of his life. Well, I don't know about all that, but I'm going to try and bring it. You know, we'll see what happens. I'm working on alignment stuff today. Messing with the front end, messing with the suspension. I've got multiple voices in my ears saying, yes, snubber, no snubber, this tire, that tire, this pressure, that pressure, do this, change that, do this and this. And it's like, I just need to try these things for myself and run some consecutive times and see what's what. It was a Josh problem. Yeah. Yeah. Checks out. Anyway, I'm going to try and come correct, as the kids are saying, so we'll see how it goes. I'm inclined to agree with Glenn, who says burgers should not have any veggies on them, period. Yep. No beret. Well, that was a B-body video. The Fury B-body. Your brother professionally entertained me. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. That was pretty good. Brian L. wants to know if there's any horse trading plan when I see Uncle T. I don't think so. I don't think so. Snowmike VX. Heyo, DDG. I'm here to remind you to get a drive shaft U-joint on Dale's Demon. I've already done both of them. It's done. It's in the next video, though, so you wouldn't know that yet. The flywheel's done. That video is coming. Then I'm working on, I've got another one on drag race alignment and more suspension setup stuff, that sort of thing. But yeah, the flywheel is done. The U-joints are done. There's no more vibration. It runs so much better. And the little tweaks I've done to the suspension, I need to do more. I'm not done, but I still need to change the shocks. I still need to do some other things. But just what I've done already, the car actually like lifts now. It's pretty impressive. So yeah. Anyway, U-joints are done, but thank you for that. Appreciate that. David wants to know what's left to do on the ramp truck. Oh, God, so much. Last night at 9:30 p.m., I finished the rear middle deck. So now I'm going to put the ramps there. I want underneath storage, but that's not going to happen for now. So I'm going to store them there, and then I'm going to build a little thing on the top of that for the spare tire. So all that'll be finished. I'm hoping to sell the Volare in the next couple days, and then I will take every cent I get for that and go buy a toolbox, and that will help solve a bunch of my storage issues. Because let's just say I'm cramped in that truck. Yeah, very cramped. So I don't know where I'm going to put clothes. I don't know where I'm going to put a guitar. I don't know where I'm going to put Tom. Tom's riding back with me from Minnesota. No idea. I'm going to have to stack stuff up in the Demon, which I really don't want to do. So I'm trying to figure out as much storage as is feasible. I really want to put the grill guard push bar back on. I have some more lights to mount, the rear running lights. I got front running lights on the bed, but they're not wired yet. I'm adding a winch controller, not a cordless one, but a corded one. It reaches partway back. Got to wire that in. I've got a bunch of lights. I've got driving lights for the front, work lights for the back, reverse lights, marker lights. I've got a bunch of stuff to wire. I still need to work on tie down points, although I do have tie down points at work. I want something a little more permanent. Other than that, ball joints. Still got to do that. Idler arms, still got to do that. If it doesn't drive straight after that, I get to do a front end alignment, so that'll be fun. Yeah, that's most of it. I mean, there's little stuff. I'd like to fix the speedometer. We got the AC charged. The R12 AC system is charged, and it works, kind of, except I had to hotwire it. It works quite well, actually, so that's good news. Yeah, there's another ramp truck progress video coming. It's just going to be all these little projects and wrapping it up. And I'm hoping that video ends with the demon on the back ready to roll. So yeah, we'll see. It's close. I still need to spend at least another day and a half on it. And I've only got, let's say, 4.5 days left. So yeah. Hot Daddy is here. This is just I love this. Hoping you blow Uncle Tony away. Go Jamie. I will see what I can do. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Dan Tupper says Whitworth British bolts are way worse than positive earth wiring. I'm inclined to agree. Yes. So so unfortunately I'm not inviting people to come see the race because I'm just afraid it'll turn into a mess. And I do apologize if you're in the area and you wanted to see it. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're just gonna film it. So yeah. But I will be at Mopar's in the Park in Stillwater, Minnesota, Saturday, June 1st, I believe it is. I will be cannonballing from the racetrack to the show. Hopefully, I get there early enough to enter the car in the show. I truly don't know if that'll happen, but I will be there wandering around one way or another. Also, Rocket Tom is coming back with me. We can film a buddy cop movie. Joel Shooter, how you doing? Sun is still funny. Sun is still sunny, so not funny. No, I think it's awesome. Nice. Nice. Wait, how did I help? I helped Donnie's Daytona video do great? I don't know how that happened. But I'm happy to help. My idea of a burger is perfect. Thank you, Bill. I think so. SG or ES also accepted. Agree. Yeah, I love my Les Paul, but I switched to an SG, and aside from the occasion when I get the Les Paul out because the SG's got a broken string or something, I just play the SG. I like the thicker sound of the Les Paul, but the weight just terrible, and the SG is like paperweight and better neck access. Yeah, so I'm pretty much an SG guy, but also I'm a bassist now, and I'm a Rickenbacker 4003 guy now, so yeah. Oh, my Thunderbird's out too. It's over there. Bases everywhere. There's another one. Yeah. Yes, I'm wearing a Ford shirt. You only just noticed? Nice. Yeah, Josh, you can hand me cash in person in Stillwater. Sure, why not? I'd appreciate it. Anyone can hand me cash at any time. You don't need prior permission. You can just give me money. It's totally acceptable. It's not a social faux pas. Nothing. Yeah. Snowmuck wants to know, any first-gen charger content in the future? Well, here's one. But as far as big ones, I don't have any planned. Was there one? I don't know. I got nothing. We'll do a video on my old one eventually. David's going to bring it up here, and we'll put the two chargers next to each other again and show off all his hard work on that. But, yeah. Pierogies in butter and mushrooms. Well, hold the mushrooms, please. Yeah, the kind of tomatoes I like. Also ketchup. Yes, I just mentioned I got the AC charged. It's amazing. Stephen Andrews says the Sandstone in Tenino makes a great burger. I don't get over there very often, but I'm gonna have to check that out. You've had those voices in your head before YouTube. Yeah. Good times. Oh, Tom left for a while. Me. And Tom says, no first-gen chargers in the pipeline right now. For some reason, I thought we were talking to someone about one, but I don't know. No, I totally understand. My brain works half German, half English. When typing fast, some words get messed up. My friend Jordan, fluent English speaker, but Spanish was his first language. He has dual citizenship, but, his family spoke Spanish at home, and then he learned both. So he doesn't have an accent, speaks English fine. But sometimes I'd watch him, like, talking to people, because we worked together for a while, and he he was just a little slow. And I mean, that could have had something to do with it. But I could tell he was like translating on the fly. Like he thinks in Spanish, so he has to hear it in English and then translate. And then, I don't know. Anyway, I've noticed that with some people. Translating on the fly. Brian Connor, 75 Dart Sport. It's a 74 Dart Sport. And yeah, it's still here, still happening. I mentioned that a bit ago. Sorry, I read ahead. Everyone loves the Ford shirt. It's a good one. I got engrossed in other things. I will get back to that car. That car it's on the side burner, not the back burner. The toolbox charger is gone. It has left. It has gone home. It's no longer here, which is great. I'm helping my friend Mike with a quick project on his friggin' car, which turns out to just be a set of the wrong valve seals we installed. Don't know how that happened. They came in the headset. Anyway, so as soon as that's done and gone, then I will be back to focused on the Dart Sport. And as soon as I'm done with this whole Tennessee thing. So yeah, there will be more coming on that. I'm really looking forward to the project. I'm looking forward to the build. But yeah. Kelly Smith, truck saddle bags? Like bags? Bags? Or like boxes? Are those like the ones that go up in the bed? I'm looking for underbed square toolboxes. Rectangle. What, you know what I meant. Truck saddlebags. I don't know what a saddlebag looks like in a truck. Mopar Man 67 wants to know 440 engine, 180 or 195 degree thermostat. I always go for the factory temperature, but I bet it's 180 for the big block. I like hotter. I usually run hotter, but yeah, probably going to be 180. My buddy Drew just sent me this. I don't know why it popped up in his search or whatever, but oh, come on. Yeah, whatever. Remember when I had that long, ridiculous beard? It's coming back, but it won't be staying. Anywho, Dale's Demon against Slaghammer. Guns up, let's do this! Leroy Jenkins! Oh, Kelly Smith also has some R12. We'll take it! Uh-huh. Yeah, Joel Shooter, it's 8th Mile. Dale told me to put the 488s back in, and like, yeah, I probably should. It's a little late in the game, but I probably should. Yeah. Reinhardt Cornbrack, looking for a company for decent seat upholstery covers that I can put on a 50-50 bench on a 67 Polara. I don't know. If Classic doesn't have it, I don't know who would. So yeah, check with them. And of course, they don't make it. They sell it. But if it's out there, they will probably have it. Yeah. Cypher F. I missed your first post. I saw it, but then I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. Some comments are just disappearing. I'm just super bad at stuff. Oh, it's because it was right under the comment of about giving me money. Edward Poe says, roof rack! I considered it. I did consider it. I really want to do the swept-line cab, but also I kind of want to just do a crew cab Dodge and then put a fold-down seat in the back and then storage under it, and that would be pretty nice. Yeah. Dale Magners, you play bass? Yeah, I do. Just answer my question. Oh, that's funny. Did I answer your question like this? Yeah, there's my basement. Anyway. Yeah. Roger Rose, can you do a lean burn delete? Can I? Yes, already did. Can you? Absolutely. In my 1979 Chrysler 300 revival video, the first one I did on it, I deleted the lean burn and I showed how to do it. I have not, or how I did it. And how I did it was with the Pertronix drop-in distributor, which was super, super easy. I just dropped it in and plugged it in. Done. You can't put a Pertronix module in the original distributor because there's no advance curve. So you got to get a whole distributor or use the electronic ignition of your choice. And then I changed the carburetor. I did not do that in that video. So for that reason, I don't count that as a lean burn delete guide, but I discussed the ignition side of it in that video. And in a later video, I installed the thermoquad on the car, the newer style carb, older style carb, excuse me, without the lean burn controls, and finish the conversion there. So eventually, when I get another car to do it on, I will do a whole top to bottom delete the lean burn video. I just haven't had the opportunity. I have a list of video ideas a mile long, but every one of them needs the right project to complete it on. So I just spit everywhere. That was gross. So there you go. I'll do that eventually. Jay Gerlach, I actually used to own a Flying V copy, and I really liked that guitar. I've had a lot of different stuff, but it's not really my style. I prefer the SG or the Les Paul. Mostly Old Parts wants to know, what's your go-to exhaust combination for a street car for quiet yet efficient results? I like manifolds because they don't get torn open and leak everywhere. If you need headers, get expensive ones like TTIs. There's $1,100. Have a great time with that. I prefer manifolds, 2.5-inch pipes, and some sort of welded muffler. They sound nice. They're not super loud and shouty and horrible. They just sound nice. But 2.5 all the way out the back. You can put tips on if you want, but not those big, gigantic Godzilla tips that, excuse me, make it way louder. That's it. I like cheap mufflers is what I always go for. Yeah. Headers are always going to perform better, but if this is a street car, it's manifolds for me all the way. Oh, Roger Rose, further on that point, maybe a lean burn, delete, and distributor swap in the future for an M body. Not ruling it out, but I don't have any in the pipeline coming that I know of. So, yeah. Hey, 130 of you out there, thanks for hanging out. If you haven't hit like on the thing, you should do that, please, if you don't mind. Because it does stuff for the thing with the deal. Derelict Garage just noticed the mechanic's Band-Aid. Yeah, I was going to point that out. Last night, like I said, I finished the lower deck section on the ramp truck. I figured out how I'm going to mount the spare tire. I was just doing little things, mounting lights and stuff. Finishing the license plate mounting and all that. But I changed the headlight bulbs. I put in upgraded headlight bulbs. And all I was doing was putting the rings back in. And I sliced the crap out of my finger right inside the joint there. Just terrible. Yeah. Yeah, Flying V, not comfortable. I definitely didn't like that part of it. I liked the way that thing sounded, but yeah, it's not really my style. I'm a lot more... If a guitar doesn't look like it existed in the late 1960s, I probably don't want it. When did the Flying V come out? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, my Band-Aid is a wee bit tight. I already loosened it a little bit. My finger's not cold anymore, so that's good. Oh, well. Paul Steinberg's wife does that language translation thing. She was born Czech, so it gets interesting sometimes. Yeah, I can see that. I'm not at all sad that car is gone. I mean, it's cool. We're still going to see it, I'm sure. There's more stuff coming. Still got to put an axle in it, but it's out of my shop. I have an empty parking spot in the shop, which I have not had for, like, ever. I'd really like to put the Barracuda inside, but, well, it doesn't have an axle, and I've been working on that video for a long time, too, so, yeah. Wow, my brother looked it up for some reason. The Flying V was introduced in 1958. Huh. Yeah, all right, fine. Okay, change what I said to 1955. Yeah. Ben Braddock. Just rewatched your vid on clones, tributes, rebodies. Are these rebody cars legal? They used to call it chopping cars, 100% illegal, but Graveyard Cars does it for big bucks. Excuse me. To me, it's the grandpa's axe argument. I mean, how much of the car can you change until it's not that car anymore? If you're cutting the numbers out of one car and taking the VIN plate and slapping those on another car, that is absolutely illegal. Fixing a car with big portions of another car, gray area. I mean, I don't know. And if you had the paperwork for the car you're cutting apart, you're probably fine. But yeah, I mean, you're repairing your car is probably legal where you're at. But yeah, the full on rebody where you take the numbers and put them on another card, that is absolutely illegal. You can't do that. So people do it all the time, but it is very much illegal. Flaco the Skinny Kid is here and says, hey, from PA, what's your opinion on a Gretsch 6-string? Actually, I keep window shopping those. There are a good few that I like. The center block hollow body is the one I find the most appealing. I've played one and I did like it, but most of them are Chinese made and cheap, and I don't really want that. And I can't afford a Gretsch White Falcon, so yeah. I think they're cool. They're a little different. I used to have a Gretsch Corvette. Is that their vaguely SG looking guitar? And I did like that. The pickups were a little thin, but I thought it was cool. No, Classic Dude Mike, I do not know Brand New Dodge. And Mostly Old Parts says legendary auto interiors for your C-body front seat cover. Yeah, that would be the people that actually make them. I just don't know if they do or do not have those available. Full Garage says, definitely run the 48s for the 8th mile. Yeah, I know I should. It's just a question of whether I'm going to or not. Oh, Donnie sent me a picture. You said Gretsch. Well, yeah. Are we looking at the backup one? I can't ID that from this angle. Yeah. My mom says she really thought she was done hearing about Leroy Jenkins by now. Sorry. Cypher F says, crew cab, crew cab, crew cab. Yeah, I like the... If I could find a swept line crew cab, that would solve all of my problems. Unfortunately, those are really expensive. Pete says, howdy. Howdy, Pete. How you doing? Mostly Old Parts. Bass players, the musicians nobody notices until they stop playing. Yeah. I've kind of made it a point in the band I'm playing in now. We named the band Freaking Lasers. Freaking Lasers. It was between that and a Simpsons reference in the Austin Powers reference one. Anyway, all I want is sharks with freaking lasers on their heads. Freaking laser beams or whatever. Anyway, in that band, I've got two amazing guitarists, and at practice, one of them's on my right, one of them's on my left, and often they are both playing lead parts, and I am holding down the entire song in the rhythm department. It's really fun, so yeah. You would notice if I stopped playing. Yeah, Roger Rose says, oh, want me to bring mine? Well, I don't know, maybe. Are you in Western Washington? Yeah, the HEI conversion works great for those two. So, yeah. Very nice. Huh. Derelict Garage says, I did a lean burn delete on a 76 Cordoba in 1981. Super easy. Used Chrysler Electronic Distributor. All the wiring was already in place. The lean burn harness plugged into it. Yeah, it does. Because those have the dual pickup thing. So one of the pickup wires is there. But then what did you do for the module? To use a regular electronic module, it wouldn't... I'm curious exactly, precisely how you did that. But anyway, either way, it's not hard. I was planning to put the standard electronic module on my 79 Chrysler 300. But instead, I had that Pertronics distributor, and I just dropped that in there, and it worked perfect. So, yeah. Michael likes hookers. Good for you, man. Good for you. Lean burn, an idea so bad, Ford must have come up with it. Nice. John Paul Jones is the GOAT bassist, says my mom. Yeah. Oh, the super competition kind of hookers. Okay, see, that's a different thing. Oh. Bill, oops, wrong thing. No, don't ban Bill Johnson. Bill Johnson has a Flying V. They came out in 57 or 58. Yeah, 58. But yeah, you had it. I'm a huge Scorpions fan, though. Have to have a V. Yeah, that's just not my thing. Not my thing. John Oskowski, how you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Josh Jesh agrees. We need the 66 wagon to make more appearances. And it's going to. It is going to. I got a tow hitch for it. Kind of. More on that later. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Nice. Jaybird fired up the power wagon for the first time in a while. Ran like shit. The heat and fresh gas saved me. Had no idea about heat at all. Yeah, that's what I was doing in my 48 power wagon. That truck, there's a very small hole in the gas tank. And so from time to time, there would be water gathered in there. And you'd know because it would just start running like absolute garbage. Although honestly, just kind of did that all the time anyway. But I would dump heat in there and it would all be great. So, yeah. Someone messaged me about my $40 Chevy 396 block. Is this still available? Sure is, although I almost sold it to a guy for a boat anchor. One guy messaged me once and was like, "Those blocks are worth $2,500. How could you be selling that one for $40? It's got helicoils in every headbolt hole, in like every hole in the entire block. And it's already 30, 40 over, something like that. It's not. No, it's not. But tell you what, you give me $500 and then you can make a bunch of money on it if it's worth so much. Go right ahead. Answer 14, how you doing? Happy Mopar Sunday, questions of the dart forthcoming. All right, I will check the comments for those. Daryl, hi from Detroit. How you doing, Daryl? Classic Dude Mike is waiting for my guitar channel. Donnie will chime in and say it's going to be called Beyond the Dodge Garage. Yeah. Is it a 350 short block Vort? Are you high? It's a 396 block. It looks like a 396 block. It's listed as a 396 block. Hi, is this still available? Is it a 350 small block Vortec? So I messaged back, "Are you high? Come on, focus. For Christ's sake." Anyway, I messaged back, "Are you high?" And he said, "Yes." So good. Just so good. How you doing, all classics? What is up? Yeah, getting closer to road trip time. It's like a week from now. I think my microphone moved. I started sounding different. It's one of them automatic self-adjusting stands. Yeah, now it's in frame though. Anyway. So, a turbo, eh? Paul Shea, how you doing? Oh yeah, the Buick, that would be the go-to. Yep, there you go. Okay, here's the question from answer 14. 73 Dart Swinger Special. Okay, yep. Manual steering car. Steering box has about a half turn of slop in it. Requires Paul Bunyan strength to turn. I have an A-body fast ratio box. Is it a bolt-in? It should be a bolt-in, but there are different Pitman arm spline sizes depending on the year. I think there are 3 power steering box sizes and only 2 manual steering box sizes. So you're going to want to measure those splines. Yeah, I think, and I cannot remember for the life of me. It's early and late, but I don't know what you have. I don't know when. I know nothing. So it might bolt in, it might not. If it's an earlier fast ratio box, it may well have the smaller splines on it. So yeah, measure them. Hans Sossel. Oh, it's a 64 Chevy. Maybe I'm interested in the red 64 Chevy. Planning on road tripping the U.S. in summer 2025. Long term, planning to move to the U.S. What is the best way to reach out to you? Awesome. Cool. I'd be happy to sell it to you. I just need to get my friend paid. And it could stay here for a while, or we could figure out somewhere to store it for you or something like that. It can't stay here forever. I am kind of cramped and I'd like it to go away, but I could definitely help you out. Best way to reach me is my email. That is deaddodgegarage@gmail.com, spelled the way you think. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. So drop me an email there, and yeah, we could chat about that. That would be cool. Wow. Classic Dude Mike says, vintage Gretsch guitars are a pain in the ass. They used fish glue. They can fall apart as you play them. Ask me how I know. That's cool. Wow. The headstock just popped off of my Korean-built Les Paul once. Now, well, I wasn't playing it. I set it down after a show. I was all amped up. and I just set it down. This was in like 2011. I set it down and I didn't throw it, but I boop, boop, like 8 to 10 inches to a shelf. And when it hit the shelf, the headstock popped clean off right on the glue line. Boop. Similar idea. Good times. Robert Hill wants to know if I'm going to play the Turtle song. Well, I already played a verse of it, and Vic's wife will be really annoyed if I do it again. So maybe. There's a hair on my tongue. That'll put hair on your tongue. Steve C. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Steve. Speaking of guitars, one of my favorites is a 1967 Vox Bulldog. It's Strat-ish. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's cool. That's like the Ventures guitar. Or what the heck was Mosrite. Mosrite. Yeah, it's like the same thing actually. Ah. Yeah, it even has like the contoured top and everything. Very interesting. Yeah, except they're reverse offset and the Vox is the other way. Huh. Anyway, that's super cool. There's a vintage Vox of some kind. I think it's a hollow body hanging at my local guitar shop, and I've been tempted, but a little rich for my blood. They have a lot of cool guitars down there, but first off, I already have my fair share. And second off, they're a little on the proud side on most of those. Nice. Vic is just pickled tink. I just spit everywhere again. Pickled tink that the car is getting moving. Jamie gave us a hell of a start. Something like that. And Tom gave it a big new sippy cup. Nice. Nice. Oh, really? Derelict Garage says the Leanburn computer got its power from the 5-pin plug for an electronic box. It was hidden in some tape. I'll be damned. I'm assuming that wasn't all years. Couldn't have been. Tape. Huh. I have to. Didn't you say that was a 79 Cordoba, or was that like a 76 Cordoba? Where'd that comment go? I don't know. It's probably lost forever, but I did not go looking for that on my 79, but I didn't know a 76 Cordoba. Okay. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think my 79 is like that. And the other thing is there are different versions of the there are different versions of that Leanburn module and its connector. And I learned that because I had one, ouch, that did not match the wiring on my 79. So yeah, I did not know any of them were like that. That's very interesting. Josh Hellman is here and says, good to be here. Well, glad you made it. Ugh, my neck is killing me. I thought this would be better because I'm not looking down anymore, but it's still pretty bad. Excuse me. Michael Cromer wants to know, starting a complete restore on a 67 Charger. No experience. Is there a recommendation on where I should learn about troubleshooting carburetors? Uncle Tony's got a lot of good videos on carburetor tuning and troubleshooting and that sort of thing. In fact, he just put out another one today on a common Edelbrock Carter problem. Now I just look super short. It's all very silly. And I've got some videos on the subject myself, but mostly on like specific subjects though. I don't know if I have any good like basic primers for you. There's a lot of that kind of stuff out there. Oh, Robert Fitch does lasers. That's why my icon is lasers. It sure is. That's cool. Nice. Stephen Andrews says there's a 66 Sweatline crew in Butte on the list of Craig, and they want 6,500. Yeah, that's not in my budget. It would have to be like just a cab. Like, I can't afford to buy a truck and then take it apart. That's not going to happen. So yeah. Josh Jesh has a 396 and a 71 Chevy C10. Cool. Cool trucks. I'm not going to judge you. Nice. Classic Dude Mike says, make a slide guitar. Cigar guitar. I have a cigar guitar. Where is it? It's up there. It's right there. Cuban cigar box guitar. I stole a tuner off it a really long time ago, so it's a 3-string, but I have recorded that playing slide before. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Michael. Yes, I did. Did you not get my response? Did I see the charger? I saw the guitar. Yeah, they were both in there. Yeah, I replied to your email. So check your email. And Hans Hossel is also going to email me. Cool. Sounds good. Anyway, Classic Dude Mike said to make a slide guitar out of a Mopar air filter housing. Yeah. You know, that'd be interesting. It's not really my thing, but it is what it is. Indiana Slim had a Mosrite, smallest frets ever, drops strings when bending regularly. Lame. Joel Shooter says, play Maggot. I don't know that. Yeah. Steve says, the first lean burn was to pass emissions without a converter, but the later ones may have converters. Didn't lean burn come in 76 or 7 and they had converters starting in 76? Pretty sure they did. But I could be wrong. Stage 0, Jason. That was really bad. Stage 0, Jason. Sup? Hello. You gotta speak up now or it won't hear you.
Hello!
Yeah, I heard that. What are you doing? Are you playing with Hot Dog? Word. Oh, right on. You were outside in a tree earlier. Good day for that. Ah, rad. Sounds good too. Is this still available? Title, price. I don't know. Did you look at the ad? For Christ's sake! All of those details are in my friggin' ad. What the frick is wrong with people? Anyway, Stage 0, Jason. Happy Sunday, Jamie. What's your go-to choice for oil for our classics to get the zinc and stuff? I like using, hold on, it'll come to me, the cheapest high zinc money can buy. Kendall. Yeah, I like using the Kendall Racing Oil. It has the stuff, the high ZDP and what have you. And I think it comes in 1040 and 2050. Ouch. There might be a 1030. I'm not totally sure. Val Race is good too. Joe Gibbs is obviously, Joe Gibbs driven is super good stuff, but it's also very expensive. So I go for the cheap stuff. It's always done well for me so far. And on that, the carburetor questions there, Fox Can Fix It Garage says Muscle Car Solutions is a great carburetor knowledge channel. Awesome. Answer 14 says, I really like 14-inch wheel and tire combos on my Dart, but can you get a tire wider than 245/60 anymore? 14. I have a set of hand-polished until elbows sore slots that need a good old set of L60 14s. I don't know. I truly don't know. I know it's getting harder and harder to find 14-inch tires, but I don't know what's available or isn't. Classic Dude Mike wants a Mosrite Ventures 2 guitar so bad, like Johnny Ramones. He sold his for over $1 million. Wow. I've played one of those The Ventures reissue Mosrites. You know, modern Mosrite clones or whatever. And by modern, I mean 15, 20 years ago. Yeah. Robert Hill says, if you need 14-inch tires, try Coker tire. Yeah. 38 POS Racing, I don't know Ordinary Average Guy. I don't know a lot of things. Derelict Garage says, that was, 76 core double with a 400. I got it cheap because the computer was dead. A friend gave me an entire wiring loom from a big block CUDA. The lean burn harness was basically an adapter harness. Yeah, that's good to know. I'm sure that changed over the years because I don't think those were always tucked into the harness like that. I will check on my 79 to see if it is, but I don't think so. That would be really interesting to learn, though. Paul Shea says, Jamie, love that Rickenbacker bass. Reminds me of Cliff Burton. That awesome live solo intro he did for Whom the Bell Tolls, I think, is something I like to play all the time on that. As soon as I got the Rick, I started learning that every bassist I like played a Rick. All of them. Yeah. Maggot Brain, Funkadelic. Yes. The sun has been here intermittently. It's pretty decent. Yeah. Michael Cromer wants to know, will you be doing more videos on the classic Mopar electrical system? Of course! That's the foundation, the bedrock my entire channel is built on. So yeah, there will definitely be more classic Mopar electrical videos coming. I have a couple like kind of basic ones that I want to do that I bet would help you if you're new to all this stuff. You shouldn't have mentioned the sun all classics because now it's hiding behind a cloud again. It's messed up, man. It's messed up. Anyway, I have a couple kind of basic Mopar electrical guides I want to do. One of them is every wire under your Mopar's hood. So that'll be a guide of what all the wires are, what colors they usually are, where they go, where they come from, what they do, problem spots, you know, that kind of thing. And then another one that I've wanted to do for a really long time is every electronic or electrical gizmo under your hood, if that makes sense. So ballast resistor, voltage regulator, the electronic module, the emissions parts found on later cars, the starter relay, just all of the things that you find under the hood of a classic Mopar that people might not know what they are. So those are a couple videos I plan to do. I don't know when I will, but they are on my list. Rainbow Man is here and says, happy Sunday. It's been a long time since I joined y'all. So long, I don't even recognize your name, brother. Been working on my 89 Chrysler TC by Maserati convertible V6 swap. Yesterday, I got it to spin over for the first time. Nice. Very cool. Are you putting in like the 3-liter V6 or is this something newer? Crash's Roadrunner Garage said Mike's Carburetors is a good channel. I've heard of that one. I've probably seen some of his stuff. Classic Dude Mike says, I'm 63 years old. I'm old enough to be your dad. Yeah, you are. If my dad was still kicking, he would be 72, but he was 11 years older than my mother. So the math works out. Ooh. I don't know if you or anyone you know is looking, but my friend is selling a Cummins 4x4. Oh, it's my truck, but badass. And it's also way too expensive. Nah, I'm good, but thank you. Michael Cromer wants to... thank you, Classic Dude Mike. I appreciate that. Michael Cromer wants to know, is running a terminal from the alternator straight to positive battery terminal safe? No. No, it's not safe at all. Yeah, I do it all the time. And the thing is, you really want a heavy fuse or a fusible link in the circuit there. If there's ever a dead short inside the alternator, that will not be protected. And that does happen. It has been known to happen. In the 90s Ram trucks, I thought that they were a straight charge wire straight to the... well, no, they go through a big heavy fuse. But they also have a fusible link in the wire. I learned that pretty recently. So anyway... You want some kind of protection in there, either a big heavy fusible link, a big heavy fuse, something like that. Because if there's ever a short inside your alternator, which I've seen 2 or 3 times now, it can melt that wire down. Now, if it starts billowing smoke everywhere, you have at least a few seconds to pop the hood and unhook the battery, hopefully before it burns to the ground. So that's good. I unplug the battery on all of my classic Mopars overnight. Inside the shop, anyway. If they burn to the ground in the yard, well, you know, it is what it is. But all the ones inside the shop, I keep the batteries unhooked at night. And that way, if anything happens, it won't burn to the ground and take my shop with it. So, just something to think about. A big fuse would be a really good idea. But, for the record, the only fusible link in the system in the factory setups is from the charge wire to the relay post. And it doesn't always work. My Challenger, 73 Challenger, like melted down the dash harness because the fusible link never blew when the alternator shorted. So, Rainbow Man wants to know if anyone has mentioned the Rad Ford shirt. Yes, but they didn't call it Rad. Donnie's going to squeeze out of here and let the uncles come in. Few people hopping in. We're hovering right about 150. Right around or right about? I don't know which word that was supposed to be. But thanks for joining. Yeah. Yeah, Robert Hill mentioned Unity Motorsports. Andy Wood, Unity Motorsports Garage. Yes, he is very good with carburetors. That guy is good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Derelict Garage says, oh, my 86 Dodge van had a computer that was similar to the lean burn mounted on the firewall. I'm not familiar with that. Unfortunately, no 5-pin plug in the harness. Huh! Dust Devil Garage, what's happening? How's it going? Oh, wow, that's cool. Answer 14 says, I've converted a couple of the lame burn systems with a Mopar wiring harness sold by Mopar Performance at the time, a used distributor, and a control box. Ah, very cool. I've never heard of that. Mm-hmm. Michael says, most likely reason hole 16 and 18, little burned. Yeah, that is going to happen. Yeah. Very, very common. Oh, Edelbrock has their own troubleshooting videos too. That's cool. Nice. Yeah, those main power terminals in the firewall connector, those are the number one trouble spot in any of these cars. That's what you're going to see. Rainbow Man on that TC conversion, 3.3 from a 91 Chrysler 5th Avenue. I've run away screaming from the 3-liter. I think I'm the only person to ever do this. Usually it's the 3-liter. The 3.3 is actually smaller in size. I think it's the intake. Interesting. Very interesting, yeah. I'm not super familiar with the 3-liter at all. I know the 3.3 from Vans, of course. Yeah, I've had to mess with a good few of them over the years. But yeah, very cool. I would be interested to see that. Yeah, Big Bad Jones has a great point on that. Make sure the fuse is bigger than the output of the alternator. Yeah. Usually how I do this is I leave the stock charge circuit in place, so it's going to take part of the load anyway. I add the bypass wire, so it's actually never going to see the full output of the alternator. You'd have to have a totally dead battery for the, well, maybe not totally dead. You'd have to have a pretty weak battery for the alternator output to crank all the way and actually put out its full rated charge output. I don't know if it will ever do that, but you do want more protection than that. So, you know, most of these classic alternators are like 63 amp at the high end. So an 80 amp fuse will probably work. Aunt D uses a battery disconnect on a bunch of my old iron. I don't like the look, frankly. I just leave my negative terminals a little bit loose so I can get them on there tight, but to remove them, just give them a little twist and pop them off there. It's always worked really well for me. So that is what I do. My charger has a disconnect, but it's the lame kind. So you unscrew the thing and pull the two pieces apart, but then the body ground is still connected, so it doesn't even work, really. My Demon has a knob, so I use the knob, but they're just kind of cheesy. And I don't like the blade style. That's just like, it just looks ugly under the hood. So I just pop the negative cable off. Works great. Derelict Garage. Common misconception. The amp gauge is not what does it. Okay. It's possible to have a short at one of the studs on the amp gauge. What usually happens is a short in the alternator. A short in the alternator melts that circuit. It cooks all the wiring. So yeah, if it's the alternator side wire that barbecues, which is what happened in my Challenger, it's not the amp gauge, it's the alternator. So yeah, it can happen. I'm not saying it can't, but I see comments like that again and again and again, and it's not true. It's not true. It can happen, but it usually isn't that gauge. Kelly Smith says, I put battery switches on mine. Yeah. I just prefer to unhook it. Ah. Around equals US. About equals Canada. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Oh, wow. Long Island Mopars just had a CarQuest ignition module fail in less than a year on a 72 satellite Sebring Plus with a 318. Yeah, good luck getting any modern module to live. I just don't even bother. And I talked about that in my HEI conversion video. I don't even get the Mopar modules anymore. If it's up to me, I just put an HEI in it or like literally anything else. And even the HEI modules, like, yeah, they fail. And I buy the cheap ones like an idiot. It's just who I am as a person, but yeah. Michael Cromer also says, thank you for the advice and content on your channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope I can be helpful to you. I bet I can. Looks like a lot of people jumping in from Tony's live, so I am guessing he has gone off to get ice cream for the night. So welcome aboard. And if you don't mind hitting the like button, it does stuff for the thing with the deal. You may notice things look different tonight and sound better. My laptop died, and so now I'm using an actual computer and an actual camera and an actual microphone. So, for whatever that's worth. Evening, Chris. Wow, I tried reading your first and last name at the same time. Doesn't work. Chris Freemaster, how you doing? Barry Kuda is here. What's up? Answer 14, I plan on putting a relay and power off switch on the battery, which is relocated to the trunk. Okay, yeah. If you got a trunk battery, that's a good idea. Make sure your relay is actually a heavy constant duty solenoid that's up to the task of running everything. Unless you're only using it for the ignition or something like that, the charge wire, whatever it is that makes that work. Anyway, fused in case of positive cable shorts. Very good idea. I think that would keep from burning down the show, right? Yes, I believe you are correct. Yeah. Aunt D's battery disconnect is hidden under the starter on the Model A's. Also reminds me to turn the fuel on and check the oil every time. Good thinking. Very good thinking. Oh, okay. Robert Hill says mid-80s M-body 4-barrel cop cars had an L lean burn computer like the ones in the vans mounted to the firewall. And a total POS Rochester Boggerjet GM carb. Yeah. Yeah. When the thermoquad went away, they switched to Rochester. Excuse me. Very interesting. Yeah, I've never seen that setup. I've only seen the air cleaner mounted units. Al Sear is here and says, annoyed message center flickers on and off on the 18 Power Wagon. Damn you! See, that does sound expensive. Yeah. Simple solution is dump money into my 80 Power Wagon. That'll fix it. Michael. Oh, great question. Great question. Yes, that's a boot. Yes, it's right, a boot. I've been accused of being a secret Canadian a time or three. Occasionally, I do not pronounce about correctly. Anyway, Michael wants to know, what is the most likely reason hole 16 and 18 are a little burnt? 72 Charger should have included a question mark. Gotcha. Those are the most common points. The reason they do that is because that connector is not up to the task of carrying those loads, essentially. It was underwhelming from the factory, and over time, the connections degrade. There's moisture intrusion because those aren't weather-sealed connections. So they corrode, they heat up, they melt, they do bad stuff. So that's what happens. Your charging goes to crap, your lights start flickering. It'll do bad things. So yeah, the reason it does that is because that firewall connector was not up to the job. Now, what's funny about that is on earlier cars, that's a cool noise. So is that one. Oh, I made the computer noise worse. Ugh, terrible. Chrysler actually used a better system in earlier years. They had screw connections on solid pieces of metal that went through the firewall. And to save money, they eliminated that later, and they just plugged it into the connector with everything else. And it doesn't work that well. So yeah, that's what we're stuck with these cars, is an underwhelming electrical connector. So that is why you commonly see those wires cut and run through a bypass wire around the firewall connector. Now, if you're going to do that, you instead of like using a butt splice or two butt splices or whatever, you should use a full length wire all the way from the alternator to the amp gauge, and then from the amp gauge out to the fusible link at least. But yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, a loose connection on the amp gauge could also heat up because, again, a bad electrical connection, like in that firewall connector, it will lead to heating up and melting stuff, but that's not usually what happens in my experience. The biggest amp gauge problem I've had, and I've had it many times, is the amp gauge just dies. And because of the way they're wired, with battery power over here and the rest of the system on the other side, if the amp gauge dies, no power can get through. So you've got no ignition, you've got no lights, you've got no nothing. And I discussed that in my no crank, no start video. Paul Shea, can you do the intro for whom the bell tolls? I'll try. Now that I have to, you put me on the spot, it'll probably be really bad. Robert Hill is on fuel pump number 3 in a year in my Valiant. Interesting. I haven't had, I think you mentioned that last week, or maybe you messaged it to me. I don't remember, but I haven't had that kind of problem with the modern fuel pumps. But, you know, we all know what modern replacement parts are like, and that's basically bad. Classic Dude Mike, I'm not looking for boat friends. There's a really good chance I'm going to sell my boat. I love the boat, but it's just sitting there rotting. I just canceled the insurance on it. Did you know that insuring a V6 Challenger is much, much more expensive than insuring a Corolla? Yeah, good times. Fixing on a garage. You get your values worth out of that house payment worth of tires yet? Not yet, but we're getting there. And it literally was about one of my house payments. And not quite. A little less, but similar. Yeah. Mr. Nobody wants to know, what would cause a miss if it isn't the plugs or wires? Oh, several things. Several things. Okay, here's a good one. I've seen a crooked distributor cap cause that, and it caused it on opposing cylinders. Mixed up firing order. Although maybe that falls in the category of wires. I don't know. A mechanical problem. A valve that's not opening. Lack of compression in the hole. Vacuum leak. If this is a single cylinder, if it's isolated to that one cylinder, that kind of makes it nailing that down easier. I have seen some situations where they had a miss like that and they had compression. In fact, they might have even had higher compression, and it was the exhaust valve no longer opening because of a valve issue or a cam issue. I've seen that. Yeah, major vacuum leak. Say your brake booster goes off of one runner and your brake booster is bad. So there's a horrible vacuum leak that mostly only affects that one cylinder. Seen that. We had a Slant 6 in the fleet once that ran like absolute garbage forever until we deleted the booster, which was bad. And all of a sudden it ran great. So that's a possibility. If it's... I have one I see often on Edelbrock carburetors when they sit a long time. One of your idle circuits will end up plugged up and you'll only be idling on 4 cylinders. That could sound like a miss, but then or a pretty major miss. But then when you rev the engine up, it smooths out, goes away. So that's something to think about. I mean, there are a lot of possibilities. Mechanical, fuel delivery, vacuum leak affecting that cylinder, intake gasket, there's another one. There are a lot of different things that can do that. So in your case, you might want to check compression first. But again, there are actually certain situations where the compression might check out just fine, or fine-ish. It'll appear fine, but it's actually an exhaust valve problem. So a lot of things to think about there. I hope that helps. Yeah. Mopar73 Duster says, hey, Jamie, I have an issue with my Duster. Turn the headlights on, put on brakes, it stalls out. If you rev the engine up slightly, does it not do that? Check the charge output voltage at idle. If it's super low, I have had that happen. Yeah. Are your headlights like super dim at idle and then they get bright? Check that. If your voltage is super low, you're going to want to check all of your body grounds. So the one off the battery and then the firewall ground strap. You're going to want to clean your firewall connector and grease it. And while you're in there, maybe even retension it. And while you're in there, look for burn spots like we were just talking about, because that can lower the amount of charge output that reaches the battery and do exactly what you're talking about. The only other possibility that comes to mind is a bad booster, but it should do it all the time. But my thought was turn headlights on, loads the alternator, drops idle speed somewhat, and then a bad booster might be able to cause it to stall. But wacky, zany idea. It's probably going to be charge output related. You may have massively low voltage getting into the car. Andy says, patience is a virtue with quadrajets, a virtue I do not have. I never have myself. Dust Devil Brian wants to know, I don't know if this has been asked. It has, we talked about it, but I'll say it again. Is the Uncle Tony race going to be public? No, we're not going to make it public. We're trying to have a simple event. Now, I will be at Mopars in the Park in Stillwater if you want to like meet me and shake hands and stuff. It's in Stillwater, Minnesota. It's probably a bit of a drive for a lot of you, but I will be there. Mopars in the Park, Stillwater, Minnesota, June 1st, the Saturday. I will be there. But no, the race will not be public. Rusty Fuel says, I snap up all the junkyard ignition modules I find. Yeah, we've got a pile. We have a pile. I had a repop starter relay fail. Replace it with a crusty relay I found in a 50-year-old junk Valiant. I have done that. Barry Kuda says, belching is a sign of appreciation of a meal in Greece. I'm not sure about Washington State. I think it depends on it depends on what kitchen table you're sitting at, but I think it's fine myself. How do you make a quadrajet even worse? Put lean burn solenoids on it. Nice. Nice. Aunt D is currently installing an American Auto Wire kit on a 74 Roadrunner. Bulkhead connector seems good. Original was also corroded and partly melted. Some guy did a video about those American Auto Wire kits. Yeah, theirs is okay. I don't know. I was looking at those connections and thinking they're similarly not super impressive. But with the American Auto... Why can I not say that? American Auto Wire. With their kit, those main loads don't go through the firewall. They go directly through a main fuse holder into the battery. So you don't even have to worry about it. There's one bigger supply wire, but it's not carrying all of that. So it's probably fine. Although, yeah, it depends on how you wire it. That wire may end up carrying your, depending on what you have, if you have an electric pump, EFI, all that. But yeah, still, the charge wire issue won't be an issue with the American Auto Wire kit. Jaybird wants to know, bought all of the components for an HEI conversion. Have a Rick Ehrenberg electronic distributor. Quick question. The ignition power is just the power wire from the ballast resistor, correct? Which is jumped. That's it? Yes, but yes, you jump the ballast resistor. So as long as you do that, then the original, if you just jump it, then the original power wire on your coil becomes full 12, which you will use to power a high performance type coil that doesn't need a resistor. And you can split off of that to power your HEI module. That's what I always do. Super simple. No problem. But you have to bypass the resistor. You bridge those two wires together, and then you get your crank and run voltage. If you try to use just the blue wire off of the resistor, you will not have crank power. So don't do that. Depending on the year of your vehicle, most of the muscle era ones, that's how they work. Wow. Answer 14. Once took a brand new thermoquad out of its factory box and installed it on a 76 Power Wagon with a 440. Remembering that day brings tears of nostalgia to my eyes. Wow. No, Joel. I don't know the New York Dolls at all. Yeah. John D. What is the best way to learn how to work on older cars? Get one and do it. That's what I did. Been doing it for a long time. That's how I learned. Everything I learned was either practically learned the hard way, like pushing my dart out of the McDonald's drive-thru, or pushing my charger out of the McDonald's drive-thru, or pushing my other dart out of the McDonald's drive-thru. We've talked about this before. I need to stop going to that drive-thru. I just got 7 darts and started learning, essentially. Yeah, that's the best way for me anyways, practical knowledge. And watching videos and reading articles on Allpar. Everything that I know that I'm sharing with you, I either learned the hard way, read on Allpar, or got from a video, especially from channels like Uncle Tony. So, yeah. Those are the only ways that I know of. Nice. Seth Doss is here. Good evening, Seth Doss. How you doing? Yeah, Big Bad Jones had the same answer that I did. Nice. Ah. Nice. Ah, Kelly Smith. So that is a good one, but that is a Vortex specific problem. In fact, I mentioned that in my ramp truck build video. I drove it toward the end of it. I had to go get some dirt for my wife for Mother's Day. It's all she wanted for Mother's Day was her 2 planters built and some good topsoil to put in them. So I did that, and I went and picked up the old work truck, GMC 1-ton 3500 HD, whatever, C3500 HD, and it is a Vortex 454. So the injection system is totally different from the regular Vortex system, but they use the same distributor, and they are such garbage. Yes, the distributor body is plastic, but the other problem that always happens is the stupid arcing inside the cap, and that can lead to a no start, but it's a very common miss, and that's what's wrong with that truck right now. Just put a whole distributor in it and be done with it. Barracuda mentions also, I had a bad miss one time. It was carbon tracking inside the distributor cap. Yes, that can absolutely happen. That will usually happen, in my experience, from a high resistance issue in a plug or a wire, burned wire, messed up plug, something like that. The spark has to go somewhere, and it will go wherever it can. And often jumping to another cylinder under the cap is what will happen. And or through the rotor can happen too, and then it's going to take the path of least resistance no matter what. So if that trail is the path of least resistance, that's where that spark is going. So there you go. Oh, there's another good one. Yeah, and I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but yeah, blown head gasket can do that too. Swapping fire, lost compression in one cylinder. Yes, absolutely. Ask me how I know. I don't have to ask. Mexican Spec says, you guys are going to record the race with Tony, right? Well, yeah, it's the whole point, man. I wouldn't be going if it wasn't for a video. I'm hoping it ends up being a really big video, but knowing the way the videos that I've thought would be really big videos turned out, it might not be. I could swear I'm getting quieter. Maybe I'm just leaning back farther. Ugh. This microphone works best if you're close up, but I ain't gonna do that. Quit meeping out there. Could you hear the meep horn? I've got the gate turned on, so maybe not. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, Robert Hill says, if you hit one of those quadriturb carbs with... You heard that one, I know it. If you hit one of those quadriturb carbs the right way with a big enough hammer, it will disintegrate on the first shot. That's good to know. That is good to know. Yeah, Kelly Smith, the blown head gasket will, blown between cylinders or blown out to the outside of the engine, will show up on a compression test. It will. No. Barracuda always thought burping after dinner was fine. I think it's fine. Yeah. Oh, wow. Long Island Mopars. 72 satellite Sebring Plus. Nylon. Can't read. Nylon timing gear, teeth shredded, valves touched pistons. Had it running yesterday. Valves were noisy. Sounded like collapsed lifters versus bent push rods. Thoughts? You could have bent valves. I've had that happen. Most of my experiences with valves ramming into pistons have been in 4-cylinder engines with broken timing belts that are interference engines. I have had this where you fire it up and it makes valve noise, but it slowly goes away. So with any luck, that'll happen. If this is an engine that sat a long time, you could have collapsed lifters causing noise. I mean, that happens. Or if they're modern lifters that suck, that happens too, but I don't think that's what we're talking about in your case. You could well have bent valves. And yeah, that could be your noise. Either way, run it. And if it gets quieter, great. And if it doesn't, cover me, Chief. I'm going in. Yeah. Just Mopar Joe is in the comments. Fill in the blank. If Jamie came to see Just Mopar Joe, I'd take him for a ride in my... Yeah, because we've got options. So which one of Just Mopar Joe's cars do we need to see in a video? Mm-hmm. Barry Kuda says, apparently a genuine distributor cap for a Lamborghini Miura costs $1,400. Good to know. Robert Hill said, I'd love the New York Dolls. Oh, okay. Ugh, my arm is killing me. I didn't plan to keep the headphones on for the whole show. I'm going to take them off. Hopefully the audio doesn't get any worse. I don't think it will. Nice. Uh-huh. 38 POS. Uh-huh. Bad miss? Never met her. Nice. I'm hearing all kinds of strange noises. Quadrajet is not very user-friendly. Yeah, I agree. I've had some that worked well, but they were always on stock. You know, like I had one on a Buick engine and I liked it. I've had a couple on 80s Dodges and they were fine, you know. The trick is to make the secondary fuel mixture fatter, maximize the secondary's opening for higher flow. Yeah. Uh-huh. Some people drill a hole in the distributor cap to release ionized air. Ain't never heard that one. Yeah. Electricity is lazy. It'll find the least resistance. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So the Vortec, that's usually the fix nowadays. And they're not all that way, but there are some with an aluminum housing. And that is a good improvement. Yes. No, there won't be people there to watch it. We're not going to publicize when and where. There will be video. That's the entire point. I'm sure he will do a video beating me, and I will do a video getting there and losing. I hear babbling in the distance. Yeah. Thermoquads are even better. Kind of depends on what you mean by better. Some people think they're terrible. I, for one, care less for them. I think they're kind of cool. Someday I'll put the one back on my Demon, the original one. Yeah. Answer 14 wants to know, my Dart has an 8 1/4 with a sure grip, 410 gears. I am looking at a 350 horse small block, moderate stall, new 904. Will that rear hold up? Yes, it will. Unless you put slicks on it and try to go racing. If this is just a mostly street beater, you will be just fine. The 66 Barracuda that I call Garbage Can had an 8 1/4 with 410s or 411s, whichever it is, and a 4-speed and a 360. They put out similar power to what you're talking about for years, and it did fine. There was that time it sheared off all the ring gear bolts, but I suspect that was one of those installer error type situations. Yeah. Are you bringing a camera crew to the race? Need lasers? I'm hoping I can convince someone or multiple someones to be there and hold cameras for me. But I don't know yet, so we will just see. Yeah, if I can, I'm hoping I can figure out some help on the ground for filming. I may try to conscript Tony's friends. I don't know. But we'll see. I'll definitely have video from inside the car, so yeah. Push rods are designed to be the weak point and will bend before anything else. Yes, but when your piston kisses your valve at an angle, bad stuff can happen. It depends. It depends. Of course, in those overhead cam engines that I was referring to, there's nothing else there to bend but the valve. So, yeah. Yeah. For the street. Is it better to run stiffer shocks if you're running skinnies? I don't think so. I think you still want some, but I don't know. I'm not a genius tuner. You definitely want loose shocks on the front, so the nose will lift, but I assume you're talking about the rear. Yeah, Kelly Smith says just Mopar Joe's truck that he's building. I do think that's pretty good, and that was what he first, second tantalized me with. Man, it'd be cool if you ever did make it this far. I'm 1,789 miles from Seattle. Yeah, I know. I checked. Yeah. Yeah, so I am planning on running into just Mopar Joe. Dude, Joe, please, if you are willing and able to go to Tennessee the week in question, It would be so cool if you were there to embarrass both of us. But dude, just having you there would be awesome. I guarantee Tony would agree. That would be really cool. So yeah, we'll tell you where the race is, I'm sure. Yeah. Yes, I've seen all of Tony's videos. I'm not totally sure I'm gonna lose. I am trying to give him a run for his money. I'm not gonna roll over and play dead or anything, but he's got some experience on me as far as drag racing goes, and his car's got slicks and an automatic. So, yeah, just saying. Oh, duh. Yeah, of course I'm familiar with the Mopar cap with a vent on it. I wasn't thinking about. Yeah, I've just never seen a hole intentionally drilled. That vent is a vent, but it's not an open hole that would allow moisture. Well, moisture can still get in there, but it's a little harder. That's what I'm trying to say. Good evening, Super Satellite Garage. How you doing? I'm really glad someone caught that reference. He puts forth. He puts forth. The muffin spoke again. Some people prefer. Dang it. I, for one, care less for them. Anyway. Yeah. Barry Cuda thinks Tony's gonna ice pick my tires. Nice. Nice. That's 8 1/4 with slicks is how Tony got banned for life from Music City Raceway. Ha! Cool trick. Stacy Renner is real late to the party. He's busy getting some test miles on the Not a Dodge. Nice. Thing's gonna get me into trouble. I saw the test drive video. It sounded pretty good. Very nice. I'm told this is pronounced olive drab, which makes sense, but I don't know. It's not spelled that way. Like crocodile, but not spelled that way now. Let's see if somebody gets that reference. How's it going? What is up? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm issuing an open invitation to Just Mopar Joe right now. Yeah. If you want to come over, please come over. If you want to bring a car or hold a camera, either way. Dude, I'm really hoping that Joe can be my what did I say? My Mr. Miyagi of drag racing. But it's on a Friday, that week in question. If you can make it, please show up. That would be amazing. Yeah. Answer 14 wants to know, what is the gripe about small block valve train angle? Well, it's weird. It is weird. I've revved my 318 pretty tight and not sure about this. Well, yeah, Dale revved the 340 with stock drivetrain parts and stock rocker arms to like 6,800 RPM in the day. And it held together. It didn't hold together to, when it came to missing third gear and revving that engine, God knows how high with an inoperative rev limiter. But yeah, I mean, the valve train is weird. It's a weird setup. But it works. It works. So, yeah. There you go. Tony's going to go for the old banana in the tailpipe trick. Does not work so well with 3-inch cutouts. It'd have to be a pretty big banana. Yeah. Nice. Right. Yeah. Well, you said that before. When I made my YouTube account, I never expected anyone to have to say it out loud. Oops, wrong thing. Yeah. That's called a ringer, Jamie. You're Mr. Miyagi. Yes. Oh, yeah. Him embarrassing both of us would be terrific. That would be great. Why is this not? This isn't. StreamYard's broken. It's not showing up right. Good times. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's a very Hans Sossel's talking about Rochester quadrojet stuff. You make the secondaries tight, then loosen them up an eighth turn at a time with the small screw until it bogs and go back an eighth turn. Most people think incorrectly that the looser the better. That is exactly the same as an ABS Edelbrock Carter. Yeah, you want the air door a little tighter because if it just slams open, there's a bog. You don't want the bog. So you tighten the door up just that little bit and delay it opening, and that smooths out the bog. Yep. Speed secret on the AVS. And that's part of what makes the AVS2 so great as well. The modern boosters are really, really good. And the tune out of the box is quite good in my experience. But yeah, you can adjust the secondary that way. Works great. I don't understand what's going on here. It's all broken and stuff. Yeah. Mopartio embarrassing you both would be terrific. I agree. Banana in the tailpipe is a metaphor, or is it a double entendre? Or perhaps both. D1 Menace wants to know, if you're going to be in Tennessee, why don't you invite Derek from Vice Grip Garage? Well, he never answers my calls because he's got 2 million subscribers, and he's like, yeah, that, exactly. Very busy and on a different level. That's the thing. And I'm on a different level from Tony. I mean, Tony's channel is 10 times as big as mine. You know, mine is a lot bigger than a lot of YouTubers, but I'm here, he's here, and then Derek is off the chart up here. So yeah, I'll just call him. I'll just shoot him a text. Hey, Derek, what are you doing? Yeah, we're not there yet. Maybe someday I'll have 2 million subscribers. I don't think so. The growth of the channel, it's still growing, but it's slowed down a lot recently. You know, we're still only at 33,600 subscribers. Exactly. Last time I checked, it was 33,613 now. So I've picked up 13 in the last 4 hours. Cool. But my point is, you know, it's going to be a long, long time. Or never. So yeah. Answer 14 is checking out. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. You have a good night. Yeah. Yeah, Spitfire Mike says, I like the W2 heads and valve gear. Great improvement over the X's, a bit pricey. Yeah, maybe it's a great improvement. I mean, it certainly can be. It's better. You know, the intake port is way better. That is the benefit. Valve gear, I mean, they moved the one arm. Did they improve the angle? I don't really think so. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know all that much about W2s. I've never even held a set of them, but I know they fixed the intake port intrusion. That is the big thing there. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to run out and buy W2 heads. The Edelbrock aluminum heads are all based on the, you know, X design, basically the same old small block design. And they work quite well too, so yeah. Expanding foam in the tailpipe. That's what the kids are doing now. Ovdrab listens to me more than Derek. I appreciate that. And I've got a good few people that do, and that's great. I'm just saying, we're not even in the same sport as far as, you know, our following and stuff goes. So it's not like I could just call him. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. And D1 Menace says, I don't think it's about how many subs, but more about similar content. Well, yes, but you still kind of have to be playing the same sport, is what I'm saying. And I'm not there. If I was well known and going to the national level events, yeah, might run into Derek, and I think we get along. I'm just saying. Just Mopar Joe says, you got some awesome stuff. Definitely worth the trip. Well, all right. You are more than invited. I'm begging. If you want to show up, please do. That would be great. I could use some experienced eyes on my side, but you know that. We've already talked about that some. So, yeah. Look forward to that. Mexican Spec just hit 1,000 subs, but only have 363 hours of watch time. Need 4,000 to get monetized. I managed to hit those about the same time, but I had released a lot of videos by then, and I had a lot of the technical guides out and stuff. So when the Dale's Demon video hit and it got a bunch of views, that put me over both those numbers at once. But it just happened. You just keep doing it. Yeah, and even when you get monetized, it's not very much for a long time. Again, there I got lucky. Rainbow Man hit 54 subscribers today. Nice. Well, keep at it. Put out videos. That is the trick. Jaybird, did you get new slicks for the Demon? No, I didn't. I got new drag radials. I'm sticking with the drag radial setup. I'm hoping newer ones will stick better. Any updates on the race setup? Snubber? Yes, I dropped the snubber. Now, Dale called me today and said, please put the snubber back on or you're going to break your drive line. So I don't know. I've got the stock snubber on. I need to put a reinforcing plate on there. I think, in my crazy brain, the stock snubber with a plate will leave a gap so the springs can work, but the snubber should, in the event of a super hard sticky launch, the snubber should still save my drive line. That's my genius thinking. I'm going to take the adjustable snubber along with me in case I need to put it back on, in case I magically find some slick somewhere, or in case it doesn't work the way I think it will, or if I break my drive line. I'm bringing a spare drive line too, by the way. Is the dragster all ready to go? No, but I've made a lot more progress. So we are getting there. Josh, any opinion on Dart? Would you take $1,500? I really think it's worth more than that. But could you meet me in the middle? Josh, any opinion on Dart Iron Eagle heads? I know nothing about them. Yeah, Derek just put out a 3-hour video. People tell me all the time that they appreciate my longer videos, hour 15, but I can't dedicate myself to a 3-hour video either. I watched part of it, but yeah, I stopped twice. I don't think I'll ever finish it. Yeah. Sorry, trying to sell a truck. Could you be here tomorrow? Because if so, your low ball just became the right ball. Yeah. Woo! I really don't think Derek will care about your subs counts. Well, it's just like I say, it's like saying you should just call Robert Downey Jr. and ask if he wants to be in one of your videos. We're not in the same. I'm just some guy, But yeah. Classic Dude Mike stopped watching Vice Grip. It's become phony. People say that, but I don't see it. I still think he's kind of doing the same thing. But I don't know. And again, I don't know. Viewers love to watch suffering. They love failure. I have learned that time and time again. Yeah. I haven't had that experience. Lives, compared to my actual videos, the lives have never really done that much to me. I do this for you people, and because I enjoy it. Paul Shea says, I like this channel, Jamie. Mopars and guitars, you're doing great, in my opinion. Dude, I'm doing better than I ever expected to be, and I am not complaining. The size that my channel has gotten to, fine by me. I mean, I never thought I'd get to this point, so yeah, I'm happy with it. Spitfire Mike, the port location is not different. Did they raise the exhaust port on the W2? Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I thought the port locations were the same and they just moved the intake push rod, moved the push rod hole to take out the port intrusion in the intake. And I know the intake ports are shaped differently, but I did not realize the ports were raised. Are they all like that? Are there different versions of those heads? Well, there are different versions of those heads. I know there are, but I thought there was a W2 that did not have that. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not an expert. I've got some pinion shims too, but yeah, keep those handy. I was thinking the same thing. Try and head that one off at the pass. Yeah. Jeff Hutchins is here, but very late. Had in-laws Mother's Day last week, my side this week. Missed Uncle Tony completely the last 2 weeks. Well, I appreciate you dropping in, Jeff. It is a little late. Probably won't be here much longer. T-Bird75 says, those drums look a lot like a set I used to have. Pearl Exports. Those are Tama... I keep calling them rock stars. I think they're rock stars. Yeah. They are long lug. Yep. Long lug. Tama rock stars. 24 kick. 14 rack, 16 floor tom. I would kill for a matching 18-inch floor tom. I hope to find that someday. My wife bought me that drum set for Valentine's Day one year, which is just amazing. She had no idea that red long lug tamas were the drum set I have always wanted. She bought it for the cymbals because she priced out cymbals. I needed new cymbals. And for what those cost, she got the whole drum set. And it's awesome. Oh, and Chris admiring my Rick. Yes, I've shown that on the live a couple times. I guess I have to go grab it and try and play For Whom the Bell Tolls in a minute. I love that bass. It's so cool. It is so cool. I have no regrets. When I sold my Power Wagon, I spoiled myself on a couple different things. That was the big one. Love that thing. Never looking back. I've got an Epiphone Thunderbird, which is what got me to think I wanted a Rick. Because it's not that it's the same, but it's similar driving tone, little high end. It just cuts through the mix that way. And yeah, the Rick does the same thing, but more. I love it. Always played my P-Bass Special before, and the tone is just not there. Yep. Anyway. Yeah. Tony has been working feverishly on his dragster. Yeah, we haven't seen a video on it yet. Okay. So Evan Lull, who works at Rocket and is often listening to the lives, W2 Full Race, W2 Economy. Okay, yeah. So there are different versions of them. Yeah. The one I'm talking about, the one I'm thinking of, the standard W2 had, they just moved the push rod and used a special rocker. Cool. Jaybird, any comments on the Joe Dirt Daytona that sold for ridiculous money? I don't know. The future sucks. Yeah, Tony's fine tuning his car, but I haven't seen any videos on it specifically just yet. Maybe he was talking about that in his live. I didn't make it to his live today. So I usually try to make it to Tony's live a bit before I go on. Oh crap. Yeah, Josh, I'm selling the green truck. If you want the green truck, speak now or forever hold your peace. I don't know, send me money or something. I'll take it off the market and we'll figure this out. But yeah, I just need it. I need things to be gone. 2 cars have left and I still have nowhere to park anything. And I need money for this trip, and you know that. So I would really, really like it sold. I'd like space, but I'd like it sold more than that. That friggin' convertible is still here. The guy came and gave me $1,000 and he still hasn't taken the car. And he's not answering my messages. It's like, dude, you're killing me. Yeah. Rooster, right on time as usual. Nice. Tim70 Roadrunner is here and says, what's up, DDG? Love the long videos. Thank you. Appreciate that. I know a lot of people do. And that's fine. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I never shoot for a length. It is what it is. It just ends up what it is. Yeah, Vic makes a great point here. And I don't want to talk about Derek all night, but he's doing what we all want to do. He made it. And that's the thing. And I said that before. That dude is a millionaire. He's a YouTube millionaire. He has made it. He has secured his family's financial future. And the way he did it is making those videos. So if you were him, would you stop doing it? Would you mix up your formula? Would you change? Or would you keep doing it? But with a bit more money. I know what I'd do. Luckily for me, I am myself in my videos. So I don't have to change. Yeah. Anyway. I think Evan said there's a short slag hammer, but I think that's an older one. It keeps popping up in my on my page, which is funny. Yeah. AMC guy has been told many times the best way to get exposure is to hitch up to another bigger channel. Well, obviously, but again, you kind of got to be, you got to have something. When Tony found my channel, I had just under 10,000 subscribers, and I have 33,000 now. Just saying, I've picked up at least a couple thousand from him. So yeah, there's absolutely some truth to that, but it will not make your channel. I can directly see the times that Tony mentioned me. There are graphs. There's data. You could just see it. I have gained a couple thousand from that. But I've gained 20,000 other subscribers in that same time from other things. So it's like, nothing will ever do for you what a good video and the algorithm can do. So just keep that in mind. Yes, other channels can help you. Yes, absolutely, you can gain from that. Riding on other people's coattails, it can help you. I've done it. But make good videos, make them appealing, and that will do so much more. The YouTube algorithm can make or break you. So make the algorithm happy. Yeah. Yeah, Mopar Man 4, right. Yes, I'm well familiar with what the performance pinion snubber does. I took it off of my car. I know what it does. The reason I took it off of my car is because I'm using a drag radial tire instead of a slick. The snubber and the slick work together, and I don't have slick tires. So my theory, and what I've heard can happen, is the snubber slams into the floor and it unloads your tire. You don't have a wrinkle wall to squish the tire and jam into the ground. Your suspension has to do that job. It has to be acting on the tire. So when you bottom out your suspension by hitting the snubber, I bet that was really loud in the mic, you lose that and you spin. And that's what has been happening to me. So I'm going to test it without the snubber. We'll see what happens. I am literally planning to put a GoPro under the car to look at the pinion angle so we can see what happens. We will prove or disprove this. I'm planning to do that because I want to know. I'm here to learn. But what I have heard from reputable sources, one of them being Tony himself, is with that style of tire, don't run the snubber because it actually slows you down by blowing away your traction. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know that a Mopar channel will ever be as high as a Chevy or Ford, just kind of what it is. I don't know about all that. But more general channels that do a lot more Ford and Chevy stuff that have broader appeal out there, or that play the board, which incidentally is what Derek does. It's a lot of GM, but also all kinds of different stuff. He keeps doing Mopars for some reason. Yeah. My channel is honed in. It's pretty narrow focus. And so, yeah. There you go. Dust Devil Garage needs to get another Thunderbird bass. I really like mine. But I played it once. That's why it's back out of the case. But I've only played it once since I got the Rick. They do similar things, and I like the Rick better. So, yeah, I don't know. Who's the guy with the Ford shirt in a Mopar show? I'm wearing the shirt of shame. Yeah. Classic Dude Mike. Have you watched Roadkill recently? Because I have, and I completely disagree. I don't think that's true. And people keep saying it. Because people say it, does it become true? I don't think it does. They did an episode driving a boat on top of a Nissan like a month or two ago. And it's just simply demonstrably not true. And that's all I'll say. I don't watch all their stuff anymore either. And sure, there are videos that essentially do that. They do bolt on shiny new parts and stuff. Like, absolutely, yes, they do that. But I don't think they lost the plot. Same as Derek. I just don't see it. I hear people say that stuff all the time, and I don't see it. Barry Kuda says a good Chrysler man also likes Fords. I guess I'm not a good Chrysler man then. I appreciate a Ford here or there. I still want a Cougar someday. Robert Hill's got the question of the night. 69 Charger, turbo 440, 28-inch slick, no prep, no time car? No. I'm not going to turbo it. And it may see some track action, but mostly what I want to do with that car is destroy fields and dirt roads. Oh, Chris, I was about to buy my DDG merch. Unsubscribed. I've done Fords on the channel. Anyway. Nice. Huh. Steve says, when there was a shortage of W2 heads, I turned the rocker stands 90 degrees, drilled them for the bolts and oil feed. This lowered the rocker shafts and allowed cheaper standard length valves. Huh. Interesting. No, you can't burn the shirt of shame. I might need the shirt of shame later. A good Mopar man likes making fun of Fords, and I do that all the time. You guys do know I wear the shirt ironically. It was a Christmas present from my sister. It's a comfy shirt. Oh, thank you. I wish you millions of subscribers. I'm not holding my breath, but it could happen. I have almost bought a 64 Galaxy twice. Hans Sossel's got it. This is true. I think this is very, very true. He's the most down-to-earth millionaire YouTuber. Seriously. Like, seriously, how do you guys not see that? I fully agree. That's all I can say. See you later, Vic. Take it easy. Rainbow Man been cranking out videos. Keep at it. Keep at it. And if you're not in YouTube Studio, get in YouTube Studio. See which videos hit, which videos get this many views, which videos get this many. Because I have been chasing that since day one, and it is how I've been as successful as I am. So, yeah. Yeah, Mexican Spec, that's exactly it. That's what I was just saying. Everyone knows Mexican Spec on Tony's channel. At least in his lives. And that's the thing. I've been in several of his lives too, but they don't get the same viewership. So yeah, he's mentioned me in actual videos now twice. Well, at least 2 or 3 times. And like I say, I know it's gotten me a couple thousand subs, but again, it's not a ton. So yeah, just hitching up to a bigger channel. And we've seen it with other channels that Tony mentions, his buddies, you know, like Kiwi. Kiwi's on his channel all the time. Love Kiwi, brilliant guy. He still hasn't caught up with me, even though he's been in tons and tons of Tony's videos. So that's all I'm saying. There is more to it than that. Yes, I can help. Yes, it can give you a boost. You know, someone with 1 million subscribers could mention you, and you might get, you know, 0.5% of their subscribers would be a lot. But all I'm saying is there is so much more to it than that. So, yeah. Cleveland Maker has a different comment this time. What's up? I'd love to get my black and gold Gretsch back and a capsule mic from the 50s. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, that's exactly. And I've done that for a couple people. Same for Tom. Your channel helped and I've mentioned Donnie a bunch of times. Your channel helped mine when I bought Llama Barn, but it was not an absolute game changer. Nice little bump, which I appreciate. Yeah, and I'm happy to do that. If I can help you guys out, I will. But again, you're on your own, really. I mean, make the videos. Make the videos and make them as appealing as you can. And that's all I can say. I love seeing stuff like this. It's an instantly recognizable, professional looking logo. That helps you. Just that helps you so much more than you could know. So yeah, there's a lot to it though. Yeah. Nice. And yeah, we've definitely sent some subs to All Classics Restoration. I know we've done that. Trying to work the algorithm. Yep, and you and I have talked about that a lot. I've given you a lot of tips there. Not that I'm the best at this, but what I do works. That's all I can say. It's we're definitely in after time now, so I need to get through all these comments. But I really like this one. Snubber? I hardly know her. Stray Bullet. Good point. Good point. Might have been because of Tony. Yeah, maybe the algorithm kicked 5 other, 20 other viewers my way that subscribed because of the views I got from that one video. Yes, we can't fully know that. But I can tell you exactly how many people subscribed after he mentioned me in those 2 videos, because I have a graph and I know exactly when those videos launched, or when that happened, and when those subs came over. And so it's about 2,000 direct. Yes, there may be another like dominoes effect where because I got that, then this number's better, then this looks good, then more viewers come. You know, yes. Good point. Great point. But I can tell you the direct number of subs that came over. Give or take. Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. You snubber, you brought her. That's a good one. Go put her under the car, right way to go. Yeah, absolutely. I think that'll be great. I think it'll be super informative, not just for me, but for everybody watching. I have a stock snubber on the car. I still have it. I don't have the adjustable height one rammed into the floor. Why do they put them on stock? Science and magic. What's this? Using logic for performance gains. Good luck with that. I'm trying to think through all of this and learn and do A/B testing as best I can with the resources I have available. The resources I have available are like a couple back roads. So, it's inconvenient. But yeah. The other resources I have available, listening to knowledgeable people. And I'm listening to people that have done slightly different things than me. So I need to go, okay, yes, this is right for me. This is wrong for me. This makes good sense. I need to do this. I need to do that, etc. Yeah, the Mopar channel, it's a niche. That's what it is. There are not as many channels doing what I'm doing, so that's why it's worked for me. I know a good few people are dropping out. I do appreciate you being here. We're in after hours, and I need to get going. I'm starving. But I do appreciate you hanging out. I need to play a song or something. Yeah. Fixing on a garage with that comment. I've got a good few people that that have said the same thing. They don't watch because they have a Dodge. They watch because they enjoy it, and I appreciate that. Do I even have... I don't know if I have the technology to... Hold on. Hang on. Yep. Oh, yeah. There we go. Gotta get all the thing. Nice. Josh, we're doing one run. He did say he'd give me some test hits, as many test hits as I want. But it is one heads up run done. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to get some practice in between now and then. I don't know. I don't have the amp mic'd, so yeah, it comes through all right. Nice. Very nice. DD Speed Shop. He makes good videos, and he's good at stuff. And he's a cool character. And he's got a niche. A Cougar is a Mercury, and a Mercury is a Ford. Yeah. Death proof that Charger. I did tease that possibility in my video, didn't I? Yeah. Every time an unsubscribe bell rings, 10 people subscribe. That's about where I'm at. Just Mopar Joe will race me for the shirt of shame. Cougars are still affordable, which is great. Yeah. Race W2 heads have long valves. Ah, interesting. Okay. It's very fun to make fun of Fords. Yeah. Joke about a Cougar. Oh. I know. I fully know about the controversy. I saw it all. Unfortunately, I've also seen a dyno test with the pistons turned around backwards. No. God, that's a lot of comments. You guys talk a lot. Yeah, I told you I was going to mess it up. Dang it. No. It's around there somewhere. That can't be right. It's got to be here. I don't know. Been writing on the bass almost exclusively. With the mic, you can hear the click. The click, which the Rickenbacker is famous for. Bloody Sabbath. Dang, I was playing that the other day. Oh, which one is that? I'm thinking about this one, but that's not right. What song is that? I don't know. No, it wasn't NIB. It might have been like it, but it wasn't it. Anyway, I said I'd play bass. I didn't say I was good at it. Just saying. Okay. Oh, come. This is too many. I don't want to break this one. Hang on. It's too many things. I have too many things. Oh. All right. Just Mopar Joe has an adjustable snubber. Oh, I got one. Yeah. Spring wedges. Yeah, I have them. They're not in the car yet. But thanks, Kelly Smith. Take it easy. Yeah. Thanks, Reinhardt. Appreciate that. Drum solo. I might blow up everyone's ears. Do I remember how to play Dead Flowers? No. I'm afraid now that the guitar is plugged in, you can hear how bad I am. Never been much of a picker, really. At least not a good one. Maybe I'll open with a drum solo next time. I gotta go. I'm hungry. Aiden wants a killer solo. Yeah. Okay, fine. But then I'm leaving. Like, I'm actually leaving. And if the audio is terrible, it's not my fault. Oh, snare's off. That's all I got. Oh. It's all triplets. Okay, I can play a little less Claypool, but not much. Mostly just that one song. Okay, I apologize for missing a whole bunch of comments, but it is time to go. So thanks for being here. Appreciate that. See you later. Starving to death. Have a good week. See you in the comments. See you next Sunday. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye now. Mm-hmm.